At just 15 years old, Justin Bieber was the most Googled person on the planet, but by 25, he had nearly disappeared. This isn't the story you think you know. Behind the stardom was a devastating spiral, emotional crashes, toxic fame, and a brutal mental decline that nearly ended everything. Justin wasn't born into fame. He grew up in a small Canadian town called Stratford, raised by a single mom who worked multiple jobs to make ends meet. He sang on YouTube, covering artists like Chris Brown. His voice caught fire online. A bidding war started between Usher and Justin Timberlake, but here's the twist. He was discovered in a parking lot, not on a record label stage. He and his mom were on the edge financially. Some nights they couldn't afford electricity. Fame without foundation is a ticking time bomb. Protect your roots, not just your reach. Most fans don't know this. Justin Bieber has synesthesia, a rare neurological trait where senses overlap. He often sees music as color, and melodies come to life visually in his mind. This may explain his unique phrasing, harmonies, and production instincts. Your greatest gifts might come from the way you're wired differently. In 2013, Justin brought a pet capuchin monkey named OG Mally to Germany. But without proper paperwork, customs seized the monkey. It was a PR nightmare. Critics said it symbolized excess. Justin later admitted regret. OG Mally now lives in a sanctuary. Fame without grounding can turn freedom into foolishness. Learn from the stumbles. He was no longer a boy with a dream. He was a brand, a commodity, flying city to city, performing in packed arenas night after night. But something was crumbling behind the curtain. Justin's body was giving out, his mind even more so. He described it like being trapped in a glass case, watched by millions yet completely alone. After collapsing backstage during a tour, Justin finally saw a doctor. Diagnosis: severe depression, chronic anxiety, and the early signs of Lyme disease. He was 25 years old, but there's more. Doctors also found signs of Epstein-Barr and chronic mono, both affecting energy and mood. Fans didn't know the full picture. His therapist told him, "You're not a product, you're a person." Mental health isn't about how it looks, it's about how it feels. The darkness nearly consumed him. Justin later revealed he contemplated walking away, not just from music, but from everything. He questioned his worth. He feared he'd peaked at 18, and without a stage, who was he really? Behind the scenes, those closest to him noticed the signs. One friend said Justin would sleep for 15 hours, wake up, then go back to bed. He was physically there, but emotionally gone. Even in rehearsals, he struggled to focus. His smile was hollow. In 2016, Justin was reportedly offered $5 million to perform at a major political event. He said no. The money could have solved financial stress, but it clashed with his values. His team was divided, but Justin stood firm. Integrity isn't for sale, not even for millions. It wasn't all breakdowns and burnout. There was a turning point. One quiet morning, Justin wrote a journal entry. "I want peace more than popularity." That became a personal mantra, and slowly things changed. He also began working with a trauma counselor, something he credits with saving his life. "You can't heal what you don't face," he told Billboard. That work helped him reconnect with his younger self, the boy who loved drums and dreamed without pressure. His album Justice wasn't about numbers, it was therapy in music. It spoke of shame, grace, redemption. Fun fact, he wrote parts of Love Yourself with Ed Sheeran in just 10 minutes. That song became a global hit. True art doesn't impress, it connects. Create from truth. Faith became his anchor. He wasn't just performing on Sunday, he was studying scripture, meditating, reflecting. In one interview, he said, "God didn't bring me this far to abandon me." You won't see it trending, but Bieber donates to children's hospitals, addiction centers, and human rights organizations. He's also helped over 100 new artists get signed without asking for credit. When asked why he doesn't post about it, he replied, "Good doesn't need a spotlight. You don't need applause to make impact. Do it anyway." Today, Justin keeps his circle small: family, faith leaders, trusted friends. He paints abstract art in private, never for sale. It's his therapy. He trimmed the noise so he could hear himself. He's also become more intentional with his voice, using it to advocate for mental health awareness, addiction recovery, and artist rights. He once said, "If I don't speak up, who else will?" Choose your circle carefully. It shapes your future. What's left when the tours end and the lights fade? For Justin, it's quiet, morning coffee with Haley, writing in a notebook, walking his dog, a kind of normalcy he once thought impossible. The truth? Justin Bieber didn't just survive fame, he rebuilt himself from scratch. And in that slow, sometimes painful process, he found something better than fame: peace. The strange connection between Justin Bieber and P. Diddy. Justin Bieber's rise to fame came with mentors, managers, and moguls. But one of the strangest and most controversial figures in his early circle was Sean P. Diddy Combs. When Justin was just 15, he spent a weekend with Diddy, documented in a video called 48 Hours with Diddy. What seemed like an exciting opportunity quickly raised red flags. In the video, Diddy cryptically says he knows better than to talk about what we do on national television. At the time, it passed as a joke. But under today's scrutiny, the comment feels dark and foreboding. As Bieber's fame exploded, he was seen attending Diddy's lavish parties, some notorious for their adult-themed atmosphere. Khloe Kardashian later recalled one where Bieber and Diddy were present, and some guests were completely nude. He was still a teenager. It wasn't mentorship. It was immersion into an adult world far too early. On Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2011, Diddy called Justin his little brother and made veiled references to their private hangouts. "Everything ain't for everybody," he said with a grin. But what exactly wasn't for everybody? Years later, as Diddy faces serious legal charges, including allegations of sex trafficking and abuse, those videos are being re-examined. Justin has remained silent publicly, but is reportedly disturbed and keeping his distance. The relationship that once seemed quirky now feels deeply unsettling. A powerful industry figure, a vulnerable teen star, secrets hidden behind money and access. Mentorship should protect, not expose. And for Bieber, the line may have been crossed long ago.